Shalom, everyone. Peace for those who love peace, and no peace for the wicked, the Lord said. I was supposed to schedule, and I don't know. YouTube took down my previous schedule. I don't know why, but anyway, we don't want to cry over it. We have a video here from 101 Arabic 101, and the title is, I have a link for the video as a credit, so he cannot complain to YouTube about copyright. As you know, for a criticism, you can use a video of somebody as long you are using it partially and for criticism. So we have a link for it. Arabic 101, he have 1.1 uh, million Muslim Abdul subscribers. And he want to prove to you the most direct proof that the Quran is from Allah. Now, to avoid copyrights, claim, uh, I'm not going to play the video. I will go down to the transcript to show you how stupid when the Muslim they try to prove something to us. Hilarious stupidity. All right. So this professor, and he put his picture, his name is Mustafa Al-Alami, a brilliant Muslim scholar who did something that no one had done before. He compiled a book that could statistically prove the divine source of the Quran. But the crazy thing is that the book contained none of his words, no commentary, no explanation, no personal input whatsoever, just a pure, irrefutable proof. Now you can read the rest and you will see how stupid what he's talking. Like when you see the title, you say, what is that? So if we go to the video now, I will move and he will say to you that this guy, he just printed verses from the Quran and he compare all kind of copies of the Quran they have, and he compared them to each other. All right, and he put them in a list like this. So then he says to you, if you look at the at the like first five letters, you will see the word, sorry, you will see they are almost matching, almost. Okay, and then he keep going with his almost matching. Remember, he said in the video almost. Actually, I will show you the graph he made. This is the graph he made about matching. How much match we have?
Scripts. And as you can see, the matching percentage is very high across the board, with the lowest match percentage of 92.6%.
But isn't it the whole point is to prove to us that the Quran is perfectly preserved? You will notice that none of them is matching each other. And it doesn't matter how much they match and how much they dismatch. If there is one word is not the same in other, this is what the Muslims they say about preservation. If you say to me, like this Quran here is 90% match with the Quran next to it. If this one 99% with the Quran next to it, still it's not perfect preserved. And this is the title saying the most direct proof that the Quran is from Allah. And here you ask yourself, let us say for the sake of argument, all the yellow pages exist in America, printed in the same time, in the same print machine, in the same date, or perfect match. Does that mean they are from Allah? Since when, if a book is a preserved, that is a, you see, by the way, Allah for them suppose he is God, right? I have no problem for me to say he is from Allah because Allah is Muhammad, and we know that the fabrication, all of it, is just an idiot fabrication. But the idea of saying like there is big match is a proof that the Quran was not preserved. I mean, look here, look how the number go down, almost less than 50% preservation. So 50% in this Quran does not match with the other Quran. And none of the Quran, a few choices of the choice of the author, of the one who made the study. Look what he's saying here. 90%, 92% point six. That means almost there's 8% different between the copy you have. That is a huge. And yet, and you know how the title fit with the topic. The most direct proof that the Quran is from Allah. So if a book is a preserved, it is truly now from God. There's no book in the world have manuscript as the Bible. Yet the Muslim they say this is not from God. And then just to show you how stupid the idea of preservation in the Quran. If we go and check the Muslim books, like in fact, you know what? If I go right now and check the Quran, I will go to the Quran. Forget about, I will go only Quran. The distortion of the Quran is beyond imagination because one word in Arabic can change everything, can destroy a book. Chapter 36, verse number 38, it says, وَالشَّمْسُ تَجْرِي لِمُسْتَقَرٍ لَهَا ذَلِكَ تَقْدِيرُ الْعَزِيزُ الْعَلِيمُ. The sun runs into a resting place. And by the way, this is scientifically stupid. Muhammad explained it, saying that the sun goes every day from the east to the west and then prostrate itself under the throne of Allah. And this is what is the proof that this is from Allah, because it's stupid. Because nobody have a brain of a child, immature, when I believe that the sun goes every day from the east to the west. So I'm not now going to discuss the stupid science of the Quran, which proved to me that it is from Allah, because Allah is so stupid. The one who made the Quran, whoever you call him Allah, you call him Abdullah, you call him Shish Kebab, you call him Joe Biden, he is so dumb and so stupid. So when Muhammad he speak about the sun, he explains saying, and this is authentic, as you see, we are not showing you something from the fictions movies of James Bond. This is the James Bond of Muhammad is the James Bond of Islam. He's a hero. He can do everything. Even when he can if all his wives in 15 minutes like a rabbit. So the hero who can if everybody in 15 minutes, look what he said. The Prophet asked me at the sunset, do you know where the sun goes? At the time of the sunset, I replied, Allah and his apostle know better. By the way, not doesn't say better, it says best. So Muslims are mushrikeen, kuffar. They associate the name of Muhammad with the name of Allah, the knowledge of Muhammad with the knowledge of Allah, and they claim that they are monotheists. We continue. He said, who? Muhammad. I.e. It goes, i.e. travel. The stupid Muhammad explained to us the movement of the Quran, of the sun. It's prostrate itself under the throne and take permission to rise again. But we know this is absolutely a joke. This is not even the Lord of the Ring movie. And it's permitted. Then a time will come. This is supposed to at the end of the time. It will be about to prostrate itself, and its prostration will not be accepted. Allah will say, no, 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 don't prostrate. No, 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 no. And will ask to permission to go on its course, but will not be permitted. Which is the course I'm talking about? Going every day from the east to the west. So this permission now is not given to no more. Allah will command the sun, will order the sun to return whence it has came from, which means will rise from the west. This is alone proven to us that the Quran is made by Allah. So who is Allah is a stupid idiot, but this is not the topic. The topic is the preservation of the Quran, because remember, in his video, this potato, saying to us that this is an amazing proof that this from Allah. Why? Because the book is preserved. But is it? Even it is a graph, it's not. But read with me. When we went to this verse here, chapter 36, verse number 38, and then we go and check the Quran of Ibn Mas'ud. I will show you something in English because most of people do not know Arabic. So if we go to Quran 36, 38, Read with me carefully what Ibn Kathir quote for us, explaining the same thing we showed you from the hadith that the sun, according to Islam, move every day from the east to the west, which is proven Muhammad to be stupid again and again. But this is not the topic now. The topic is that Ibn Mas'ud and the Quran of Ibn Abbas says, who? Ibn Mas'ud and Ibn Abbas. Ibn Abbas and Ibn Mas'ud is the one, especially Ibn Mas'ud, is mentioned by Muhammad that take the Quran from four, and Ibn Mas'ud one of them. The Muslims don't take Ibn Quran of Ibn Mas'ud. They don't. They spit at him. But look what Ibn Mas'ud and Ibn Abbas they said in their recitation for this ayah. It says, وَالشَّمْسُ تَجْرِي لَا مُسْتَقَرَّ لَهَا, and the sun runs with no fixed courses. Hold on. But the Quran, the most popular one they have, it says the sun runs to a fixed course. So which one is correct? And here you see this, the preservation game did not work no more, because now it's not only that a word is missing, the whole meaning change. Are you with me? The whole meaning of what they call preservation is gone, because, you know, do we preserve only letters or we preserve the meaning too? Obviously they are not preserving anything, because this is a joke. The Quran is not preserved, and the Quran is stupid, and the Quran is a dummy. If the Muslim want to talk about preservation, then as you see, one verse messed up everything in the Muslim they understand about the religion, and this is goes for everything. If we go right now, and as long we are talking about the preservation before we finish, you know, before we forget, we will find tons of reference from Muslim books saying, and I will show you from Sahih Muslim. All right, I will show you from Sahih Muslim, authentic, so they cannot say, ah, Sahih Muslim, you know, this is da'if. Yeah, Islam is da'if, but it's preserved. Chapter, if the son of Adam had two valleys, which is very, what does that mean? Two valleys, you know. But anyway, look what Muhammad said. Abu Balablabu Abu said to Abu Sata in recite for the reciting of Busra blah 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 in the Quran, recited, and he said, you are the best among the inhabitants of Basra, for you are the reciter among them. So continue to recite it, but bear in mind that your reciting for a long time may not be harden your heart as were hardened the heart of those before you. We used to recite, listen carefully, we used to recite a surah which resembled in length and severity the surah of Al-Ba'arat. Surah what? In English, you know what is very funny. Sorry, I cannot even read it in English. This is Bara'a. Bara'a is a chapter 9. Bara'a is the same they call it Tawbah. All right? And I forget it. But I remember from it. But I remember from it. All right? If there were two valleys full of riches for son of Adam, he would long for a third valley. And nothing would fill the stomach of the son of Adam but dust. Where we can find those verses in the Quran? That's why he's saying we use, listen carefully, and we use to recite. We use, so recite as such which resemble one of the surahs of mushabihat or musabbihat. Let's see what it's saying in Arabic. Musabbihat, yeah. And I have forgotten it. But remember this, much of it. O people who believe, why do you say that which you do not practice? Where we can find those verses? That is recorded in your necks as witness against you, and you would be asked about it in the day of resurrection. Where is that? This is Sahih Muslim. Hmm? I can Aisha, she said that the chapter of Al-Baqarah used to be equal to the chapter of Al-Ahzab. So we have more than 213 verses are gone. Huh? Where we can find those verses? So imagine what they come to us with. That they made a study and they compare a verse from the chapter of Al-Isra. Now we will go to the Isra and we will see how Isra is so stupid, the chapter of Isra, which mean about the journey of Muhammad, supposedly according to Muslim. Here it says, وَإِنَّا كُنَّا نَقْرَأُ سُورَةً كُنَّا نُشَبِّهُهَا في الطول والشدة ببراءة. So now there is a chapter, all of it is gone. He do not know what the chapter is gone. But he remember only from that chapter this. I don't know if you understand how important those reference here. He is saying that the holy chapter is gone. The only thing, remember, and this chapter is equal to chapter number 9. Chapter number 9, how many verses? Check it out. This is the chapter number 9. Look how big it is. Look how big it is. From the holy chapter, there's only one verse he remember. It was equal, if not longer, than this chapter. 129 verses, but this Abdul, who is the best reciter of the Quran in Iraq, he remember only one verse. And this potato is making for us a video saying, look at the graph, we compare the first verse of the chapter of Isra with each other, or the Quran, and we found that they are almost matching. But that alone is a proven to us that the Quran is not preserved, because almost is not preserved. Especially when you show us one of them is not even 50%, match the rest. So when a Muslim speak about a direct proof of the Quran from Allah, I agree. It's from Allah. It's just stupid. It's dummy. And Allah, hold on. Allah, He sent the Injil according to Muslim is not preserved. Allah, He sent 124,000 messenger. Each one of them He have a book. Allah could not preserve any of the books. And then the Muslim, they try to confirm to us that the only book Allah decided to preserve because He liked the Quran, He don't like the rest, you know, like I like the Quran, my favorite book. This is the last one. What a stupid cult. You know, the amazing, the most direct proof. And look, 300,000 view. So Christians, are we going to have a 300,000 view for this video? I doubt it. And I will tell you why. Because Muslim, they gang together and they support their garbage cult. Christians, they come here, they just laugh. Islam is stupid. Yeah, they do nothing, right? Why do Muslims say that the book of Psalms sent from Allah? So what? They can say whatever they want. What is the issue? Why they say that? They say that to make themselves that they have a religion the same as Abraham. Like, don't you get it? Why they say that Jesus is sent by Allah too? That this is the only point now you get it? When somebody wanna hijack your a thief, he wanna get inside your house, what he do? When somebody wanna get into your bank account, what he do? He call you, he claim that he is from the bank, which is your bank. He sound like them, he use a number like them, and he claimed to be an employee of that bank. So you trust him, you give him your bank account, and he screw you. So didn't you get it? Like why the Muslim they say that? The Muhammad he claimed when he joined the Sabian, he was not successful. Muhammad he tried to join with the Jews, they did not believe him. Muhammad he tried to flip to the Christians, they spit at him. All of those was a trick to make anyone follow him. But Muhammad always failed. All right. And as you see, the Muslims themselves, they are providing for us extremely evidence, proven to us that when they speak about preservation, they are talking about 92%. This is their numbers, not mine. 92%. So you are saying to me 8% of the Quran are gone, according to you. And that is supposedly a miracle. Look, it says a miracle. It's a miracle from Allah, right? So when a Muhammadan he brought you a proof of the Quran, in fact, the same proof he used because they have low IQ. Remember Daniel Hitchcock, whatever his name, he agreed that the Muslim they are low IQ. I mean, are you stupid to bring us evidence saying that the Quran matched 92% for one verse, not the whole Quran? And if we assume for the whole Quran, still this is a disaster because not this is that's mean there's 80% corruption because they cannot be. Which one of them is correct one? You know what I mean? When you say to me 8% is corruption, that is a very high number. That means from let us say we have a company. From every 100 employee, we have 8 are fraud, are thieves. Imagine we have 100 firefighter. 8 of them they set fire in houses, but they are firefighters, you know. So when you say such a statement, you prove to us that you are a low IQ idiot. You do not know what are you talking about. You just provide us with clear evidence that the Quran is a stupid book, have no preservation whatsoever. In the top of that, why you don't focus in the preserved Quran where it says the sun set in murky water? Why don't focus in the Quran where Muhammad says that the Quran, according to him, explaining the Quran that the sun move every day from the east to the west, and that is an explanation. And by the way, if you want the reference for this hadith, it's here in front of you. And that is where the sun goes every day. And this is explanation for chapter 36, verse number 38. And that is the decree of Allah. So I have to agree that yes, the Quran sent by Allah. And Allah is a creature, He is a low IQ, He is an alien, His name is Muhammad. A dummy, illiterate, as Muslim they call him. Your God, Allah, is illiterate. So they cannot answer our questions, what nobody can answer. They don't even have a single book is coming from Muhammad. He have a stream. If I go there, he will never dare to take me. You know, I know we went already. He's a coward. I'm not going to. I'm not a kid. You know, I go to Muslim life just to show you how coward they are. Otherwise, I know. You know, they will not. They will not. You know, take me. They will not let me speak in this stage. They knew that this will be an end of their career. This is not our topic about the 5 times suckering now. Don't change topic. Focus with me, guys. Be adult mature. So now Is the Quran preserved? No. We have reference saying no. Very strong reference saying no. The chapter of At-Tawbah used to be equal to a chapter which nobody knows what the name of it. And this guy, he remember only one verse, which means 100, at least 128 verses are gone. What else? There's more reference we can bring to you. According to the Muslims, not to us. Not to us. We don't make things up. In the book of Ad-Durrul Manthur by the Imam Jalaluddin al-Suyuti, he said, let me show you the book. This is a very well-known Islamic terrorist website from Qatar. You know, Qatar support terrorism as usual. And this is a very famous big scholar in Islam. His name is As-Suyuti. And this is the book, volume number 11, page number 714. You see the pages here, even if you don't speak Arabic, but you can see the pages numbers written in English. All right. So what the Quran, or what is this all about? All of it is about the Quran is gone. All of this page is about the Quran is gone. Read carefully and laugh with me.
Al-Nasi and Abu Yala narrated from Kathir ibn al-Salt, who said, "We were with Marwan, and Zayd ibn Thabit was among us. Zayd said, "We used to recite, and the old man and the old woman. If they commit adultery, stone them to death." Marwan said, "Why didn't you write it in the Quran?" He replied, "We discussed this while Umar ibn al-Khattab was with us, and he said, 'Shall I relieve you of this concern?' We asked, 'How?' He said, 'A man came to the Prophet, peace and blessings be upon him, and said, 'O Messenger of Allah, write down the verse of stoning for me.' He said, 'I cannot do that now.'"
Cannot do that now. You cannot do it. It's too late. And then it says here, from the authority, all of them, they have authority, my friend. How many verses you recite the chapter of Al-Ahzab, chapter 33? I said 72 or 73 verses. He said it used to be close to Surah Al-Baqarah or longer. We are talking about hundreds of verses are missing in one chapter. Al-Baqarah is the largest, biggest, the cow. Baqarah means cow because Muhammad originally is a Hindu. If you remember, it's called Al-Baqarah because Allah, by the power of the mother cow, he resurrect people from death by beating the dead one by the beef. And then this guy, he make a video for us about the almost perfect match. And all of this showing to you that the Quran is missing a lot of chapters. In Al-Bukhari, this is Al-Bukhari, so we should find this in English. We should find this in English. Let us see if we can find it in English. It should be. Remember, this is Al-Bukhari. All right? Where is Al-Bukhari? Uh, Let us see if we shorten it to shorten the research, you know. Go this website. There's all of those actually about Quran corruption. All the hadith we are seeing now is showing us that, but I want to try to shorten it. Uh, this is Muhammad himself forgetting the Quran here, but this is not the one I'm looking for. Those are da'if, so we will not count. We are looking for Al-Bukhari. Where is Al-Bukhari? Al-Bukhari. Al-Bukhari. You see, they are not listing the hadith here. I don't see it. I don't see it until now. But you see in Arabic, in the Arabic page, it says this is listed in Al-Bukhari. So it says here, in the authority of Hudayfa, who said, I recited Surah Al-Ahzab to the Prophet, peace, blessing be upon him. By the way, it doesn't say peace, doesn't say blessing. It says Allah pray on him and salute him. And I forgot 70 verses of it. And I could not find them. How many? Guys, how many verses he forgot or forgotten? 70. A Muslim, he might say, okay, later they, he forgot, so what? Other will remember. No, it says, and I could not find them. Do you see it? I could not find them. "70." He could not find them. Nowhere. All of this is in one Islamic book, As-Suyuti. In fact, As-Suyuti, he says that most of the Quran are gone. Most of the Quran is gone. Read carefully. Let's translate all of it. To the Muslim, will not say we are, cutting things off.
Abd al-Razak narrated in his Musannaf from Ibn Abbas that he said, Umar ibn al-Khattab ordered a caller to announce, the prayer is to be performed collectively. Then he ascended the pulpit, praised and glorified God, and then said, O people, do not be deceived about the verse of stoning. For it is a verse that was revealed in the book of God, and we recited it. But it was removed from the Quran along with much of what was revealed to Muhammad,
See?
peace and blessings be upon him. The proof of this is that the Prophet, peace and blessings be upon him, carried out stoning, and Abu Bakr carried out stoning, and I carried out stoning after them. And there will come a people from this nation who will deny stoning.
Look what he said, the most dangerous it is, that it was, for it is a verse, was revealed in the book of Allah. And we recited it. But it was removed from the Quran along with much. Do you see the word much? Hey, do you see the word much? Much of what was revealed to Muhammad, which means the majority of the Quran is removed. It was there. Listen carefully. What he's saying, that it was there. It was in the Quran. And it was removed with many, and much of the Quran Muhammad received is removed too. Do you see it? Hey Muslims, is that a Christian Prince line? Now Fifi, what her name, Fifi? CP. This hadith reported from Susu. Susu told Mimi. Mimi told Dudu. Dudu is a hamburger guy. Everybody knows he's a liar. Therefore, this hadith is not accepted. Anything will make Islam look stupid. And this is the link. No problem. Here we go. Huh? I cannot post it. It's so long. Let me shorten the link for you. Go. Give me a second. You know what? Let me post it in Rumble. Go to Rumble. In Rumble, I can post. Maybe the admin can shorten it for me and post it again for you. I posted the link in Rumble. All right? Because we are going live on Rumble too. So all of this in front of you confirm that the Quran is lost. I can keep going forever about this issue. Shia, they agree Quran is corrupted. Sunnah, they agree Quran is corrupted. Only in YouTube, and those people who don't want to try to, prove to you something is false, they come with this. In their books, it says the opposite. Their scholars, they say the opposite. In fact, if you go to Al-Mu'jam al-Kabir by At-Tabarani, you will see Ibn Mas'ud saying that there is verses in the Quran, people are adding them to the Quran, they have nothing to do with the Quran. So he's saying don't mix supplication of Muhammad with the Quran. Don't mix the supplication of Muhammad with the Quran. Who said that? At-Tabarani. Big potato. If we go here, in fact, all this page here is about, this is not from the Quran. Read carefully. All the names you will see here is big names in Islam. Those are not a bunch of YouTubers like those stupid people you see. أخرج أحمد والبزار والطبراني وابن مردويه عن طريق صحيحي and ابن عباد. This is صحيح. And Ibn Mas'ud, he used to take the verses of Al-Mu'awwidhatayn, the chapter, because they are not from the book of Allah. Rather, they used to be a supplication of the Prophet. Translate.
Ahmad, al-Bazar, al-Tabarani, and Ibn Mardawayh narrated through authentic chains of transmission on the authority of Ibn Abbas and Ibn Masud that he used to scratch the two exorcists from the Quran and say, "Do not confuse the Quran with what is not from it, for they are not from the book of God." Rather, the Prophet, may God's prayers and peace be upon him, commanded him to seek refuge with them. And Ibn Masud did not recite with them. Al-Bazar said, Ibn Masud was not followed by any of the companions, and it has been authenticated on the authority of the Prophet, may God bless him and grant him peace, that he recited them in prayer and they were confirmed in the Quran.
So look what happened. What Ibn Mas'ud saying to them, you bunch of idiots, you are adding to the Quran something is not from the Quran. What we are talking about? The chapter of Al-Falaq, this one, you see it, and the chapter of An-Nas. Two chapters are added to the Quran. Those are not Quran. Ibn Mas'ud said, those they never been Quran, take them off. Those are just a supplication by Muhammad to Allah. And I just showed you the reference. And he used to delete them. And the other chapter is added to the Quran, is number 114, An-Nas. Same. And it sounds like it. It's supplication, have nothing to do with the Quran. Now, Ibn Mas'ud is the one named by Muhammad to take the Quran from. So is Ibn Mas'ud stupid and Muhammad was more stupid to ask you to follow Ibn Mas'ud? And as you see, this is all is documented by the Abdul religion. This is the book of Tafsir al-Durr al-Manthur by As-Suyuti. And the same, repeated again and again. Right? Muhammad is making his own Quran. So Ibn Mas'ud saying, well, this is not Quran. Muhammad makes application, but this is the whole idea. The whole Quran is Muhammad making things up. All right? And here you will see how the Muslim they contradict each other. So while Ibn Mas'ud said this is not Quran, other they say it is Quran. If we take this, we will find this. This is how laughable Islam is. The Muslims even don't agree what is Quran and what is not. See? This is authentic. This is authentic. This is authentic. All of this is authentic. So why the Muslim cannot agree about what Muhammad received and what Muhammad did not receive? Because Islam is messed up. Do we need to provide more? Even Aisha, she said that the Quran is full of Arabic mistakes. فيه لحن. What the Caliphate said? Oh, the Arab will fix it by their tongue. And then this potato is coming to us with the most direct proof that the Quran is from Allah. Well, a Christian prince, he have to approve that this is really from Allah because it's stupid, it is dummy, it is garbage. Flying carpet, afreet, a bird looking for a woman have no hair in her legs. The ant is talking to Suleiman in his top of flying carpet. Suleiman is the thief, he want to steal the furniture from a queen. Muhammad having fight with the wives. The moon split to pieces, but there is no witnesses. The sun set in a boiling water. The sun goes every day from the east to the west. And you are saying to me, this is from Allah. I have to say, it is from Allah. Because Allah, whoever He is the most dummy, the most stupid, the most wicked. I hope we have a good time together. And I hope you guys, you will download the video. You know, I don't want to say to you, learn from the Muslims how to work. The Muslim, they work for their garbage. You see, when I was very young, a Muslim guy, he's older than me. He said to me, we Muslims have faith, but we don't have religion. You Christians, you have religion and you have God, but you don't have faith. I did not understand what he's saying. You know, he is way older than me. But then by time I got it. Muslim, they work hard for their false. He is saying to me, we don't have religion. Muhammad is not a prophet. But Muslim, they work for their religion. You Christian, you have Jesus. You have the true God. You have the true book. And you don't work. And I say to you Christians, those who don't work don't deserve to be in the building of the employer. Because the Lord said, from their fruits you shall know them. Look at me. I was working outside. I have something to finish. I saw somebody send me this. I stopped. I came to do it, and I would go back to work. If Christ and Christianity is not priority in your life, don't call yourself a Christian. Don't put a cross in your neck because you don't deserve it. And remember, it's not me who said so. The Lord said, from their fruits you shall know them. Thank you all for being here. May the Lord bless you. God is good. So is Jesus. And we are the crusade. And yes, the Quran is preserved. Ask Christian Prince. See ya.